What's up? And welcome back to the Kommon Ground. I'm Kennedy, and I'm just here to be real, speak my mind. And last episode, it was the first episode, and talked about perspective, growth, your environment, being your own self, like how to do that and stuff, or like how that feels. And then what was the other one? Growth, your environment, perspective. I think that was it. It's looking like that. Looks like it was it. And then the introduction. But no, yeah. So yeah, today is the second episode of Kommon Ground. What's it called? Yeah. So I appreciate y'all for the support y'all have shown so far. I'm just, it's the beginning stages. It's gonna be a little bumpy here and there, and it's gonna be like just like not too much going on. I'm just trying to get myself out there as of right now, and get the feel for things. But yeah, how are y'all doing? And hope y'all are having a good day. Hope y'all are feeling good. All of the good things. And then we're gonna just go ahead and get into it. Today we have a few different topics. Like I said before in the first episode, I really want to just like talk about whatever. Like it doesn't have to be like some serious podcast. It could be serious and a mixture of like some not so serious things. Just like funny things, or like just a different little vibe of things. Because that's how conversations go anyway. You could go from having a real funny, jokingly conversation, and it goes to something serious, so I don't think, a podcast has to be serious all the time. There's moments where that can happen, and but yeah, the first episode was kind of just throwing a big little punch, and being strong about the my intro and things. And then today we're gonna kind of set the tone to a low standard today, and kind of make it more upbeat in a way. But first topic is gonna be like music. I honestly say this a lot. I feel like the music that you listen to has a big impact on how you function in your daily life. I realized that when it's actually two different times I kind of realized that. It was the first time was playing basketball. One of my rituals my pregame rituals that I would do before a game or anything like that would be listening to music, and it would be like kind of like upbeat music. It wouldn't be like no slow music and stuff like that. It would be more like upbeat to like get my mind like prepared, and like to be able to have that kind of mindset going into the game. And so even though I do love R&B, I couldn't listen to that. Some people can, but I couldn't listen to that, because then then it would have translated to the game of me playing to that kind of like vibe and flow. So I just feel like that's like a time where I realized like, yeah, like your brain definitely translates to the music that you listen to. And the second time was with driving. Now a lot of people do be saying that I be cutting it up and I'll be driving fast. I'm getting from point A to point B, and you got to do it some way somehow. And with the music that I listen to, it gets me from point A to point B, maybe a little faster than what the GPS says, maybe 2-3 minutes faster. Not really a big difference, but it's just like it just gets you in a flow of when not too much traffic is involved or happening, but it's like, you know, a good amount to where you're able to navigate through cars at a certain pace. Because I also realize if I'm listening to upbeat music while I'm driving, I'm gonna go with that pace of the song that's playing. Or if I'm listening to R&B, I'm gonna coast a little slower than I'm doing when I listen to, like, you know, rap, hip hop, or anything like that. So definitely has an impact on how you go about things. And I feel like music is like a beautiful thing. I really do love music. Like, I was able to switch the type of music I listen to when I was going through, like, kind of like one of my, like, hard times in my life, and I realized, like, this is what I feel and I can relate to more, which is R&B. My first R&B artist that I, like, kind of fell in love with was Brent Faiyaz. Brent Faiyaz definitely will get you in your feels and will definitely be relatable in a lot of different ways. He has different kind of styles of how he does stuff. He also has a, you know, kind of like an alter ego, which is Sonder, but with a group. But yeah, he's his own self, but he'll do that group. They ain't done nothing in a good minute, but they need to come back. I low-key feel like Saunders better than Brent, but Brent is still involved. But I just feel like Sonder, like, that kind of flow better, because with Brent, he'll kind of, like, have a little pop, I guess, in a way with it. But excuse me. But yeah, that was, like, the first R&B artist of this era, this time, that I fell in love with and I related to, and I really loved. I still listen to him to this day. Hasn't changed anything. From him, it just kept progressing to different artists that were around that same thing that he does, or same category. So no, yeah, it was really good. It really felt good to, like, find that and be like, yeah, because I thought I was always, like, a hip hop, like, I would listen to hip hop here and there and stuff like that, but I wasn't too, like, this is what I want to listen to all the time. Like, I was able to venture out and, like, explore different things. And so that's when I found R&B, and I've been in love ever since. Good R&B is not the same as it was back then. I like to thank my parents for that, actually, because they introduced me to a lot of R&B. Still to this day, we be trading songs, be like, have you heard this one? Have you heard this? Or whatever. But no, I definitely have more of a wide range of R&B from 90s, 80s. And no, yeah, I don't know how could you not like R&B. It is slow. Some people don't like that slow stuff or whatever, but I just feel like also too, it just kind of flips how you see things, especially with love. I feel like R&B is more of like a love, romantic type of feel. Some people, I guess, like I said, you know, they don't like that slow tip, they don't like, you know, hearing all that love and miss. But I just feel like love is all around, so I'm just like, you know what? Even though, like, you don't even have to be in love to listen. I mean, it could be like you're trying to picture it in the future or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't gotta be like you have to relate to it. It just be like, oh yeah, I like the you know, melody. I like the lyrics. I like whatever, you know. So it just really depends on how you want to relate to it. You don't gotta relate to it in the way it's telling you in the song or how the lyrics are. It could be something completely different. And so yeah, like, music is really beautiful, and being able to have favorite artists to relate to, or, like, you know, or whatever the case may be, is like a beautiful thing. And you could share that to other people, because it's like, oh, I didn't know about that artist, or oh, I didn't know about that song. Like, dang, yeah, that one really, you know, hit home, or that one really hit like a soft spot or something. Like, you know, it brings people together in a way. Because I used to be a kind of, like, judgy in a way about people's music, and be like, oh, I don't know, too much with that. But now I'm more open, because I'm like, you know, I want to find more things to listen to and be like, Oh yeah, I have a wide range of different genres of songs that I listen to. Like, I don't listen to just R&B. I also listen to maybe rock or maybe country. So being able to connect through music and build relationships through music, love it. I love the is it conjointment? The conjointment? The conjoining? Whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm... Yeah. That's that. So, no, yeah, I just love music. I really do. And, what's it called? I do have a moment where I'll, depending on how I'm feeling, to like, I guess it's to get like, you know how like dogs have zoomies? It's just kind of like I got a burst of energy that I need to get out. So I'll put my headphones in, and then I'll listen to my TikTok sounds that I have saved, and I'll just go in the kitchen and I'll just start making dances or whatever the case may be. I just might just start busting a move out in the kitchen, and my parents already know what time it is when I do that. Like, I just put my headphones in, music blast, and they be like, whatever. My mom has recorded me a few times because I'll have my house shoes on, and then all you can hear is the house shoes and then the music blasting. So, no, yeah, I don't know, I just feel like the way you can connect through music is just really beautiful. I love it. I really do love it. Like, when you don't know how to put certain things into words, you can always find a song to help you with that. And I feel like music is basically poems in a way. And so that comes into writing, obviously, but no, yeah, I just love that. Yeah, I could talk about music all the time. Let's see, like, that might be the more I might come back eventually and talk about it again. Even though I got other topics to talk about, I could come back and talk about music again. But no, yeah, also, yeah, like I said about, you know, the driving and not walking yet, but the driving definitely has an impact on how you what kind of music you listen to. Like, if you listen to classical music or slow music, you most definitely gonna be going the speed limit or a little slower. And ain't nothing wrong with that. It's always to, you know, go the speed limit, but it's just the fact to keep traffic flowing and make sure traffic doesn't end up started. Excuse me, I keep burping. I'm so sorry. So sorry. But no, yeah, I just kind of, that's kind of like one of my pet peeves is driving slow or walking slow. People walking slow. That might be like a little ADHD thing of me. But no, yeah, I just really don't like it. Like, I work at a mall, so, you know, malls are pretty big, and I'll go on my break, and then I usually just go to the bathroom out in the mall, just like, you know, move around a little bit. And so I'll just be walking with like a little pep in my step, because, you know, I only get 15 minutes for a break depending on what kind of shift I work, but majority of the time I'm getting a 15-minute break, so I'm trying to hurry up and get in there so I can come back and go sit down in the break room or whatever. But no, yeah, then I'll catch myself running into pedestrians, customers, people walking slow. And it's just like, you ain't gotta be in a rush, but like, have a little pep in your step, in my opinion. Because I feel like when you have groups of people and they just, you know, just steady just walking with 2 steps at a time, I'm not too much messing with that, because it's just like me. I'm a small person. I'm a small woman. I'm 5'4", but my strides are kind of big for my size. So it's like, when I'm walking slow, I feel like it hurts my feet more and my legs more. Like, I feel like I'm getting more of a workout when my legs are walking slower. Like, if I'm able to take my right stride that I need to take, perfectly fine. We moving. But if I'm just steady creeping, I get kind of like like, nah, I kind of get kind of irritated in a way. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird. But no, yeah, I think some people don't have a sense of urgency or awareness in what they're doing sometimes, and it has nothing to do with me. I mean, move by what you need to do by all means, but just don't be doing it around me. Yeah. But yeah, now also too, I think people need to know like how to navigate with big groups too, or like with multiple people when they're like with each other, because there'll be times where it's just me walking and I realize there'll be like 3-4 people coming the opposite way, coming towards me, and they don't move over. So mind you, some sidewalks can be kind of wide, most sidewalks are just pretty, narrow, pretty smaller. So if it's just me, I feel like I'm perfectly fine. Why do I have to move over for the 4 of y'all? If y'all just don't follow behind each other and then venture out when I pass y'all, I'll be perfectly fine. But the fact that I'm not having to scooch myself to the grass, I'm not trying to step in the grass. We don't have to step in the grass. We all don't have to step in. Just follow behind each other and then venture back out when I'm past y'all. I don't think I feel like that's just to be a what's the word? Unsaid rule. But some people just don't get it. Some people they don't get it. Cause I know when I'm with my friends, I'll end up moving over, cause I'm just like, okay, it's more of us. Obviously, we're gonna take more of the sidewalk over, so we're just gonna end up shifting over. Like I remember, this was actually not too long ago. I was with 3 of my other friends. We was walking towards this way. Group of people walking towards this way. There's a whole pot of like a bush in a pot, like a plant or whatever, big. And so I had to push my friend, because is two in the front and then me and her in the back. I had to kind of bump my friend to get over, because this group of people don't know how to shift over. I had to say something, because I'm usually the friend that be saying stuff, because I don't be caring. I mean, because we on this world too. Everybody on this world. I mean, I'm telling, like, the whole point is I'm pushing her when I don't have to. So I said something, and then she was like, my friend was like, yeah, I almost fell in the bush. Why she gotta fall in the bush? Because y'all group of people don't know how to move over. Why do I have to push in the first place? So it's the way of the sidewalk, the rules of the sidewalk. Just gonna put that out there, because some of y'all need to learn. Anyways, but yeah. Also too, I feel like people don't be outside more. People need to be outside more, should I say. I feel like back then, when we didn't have a whole bunch of technology and all that started getting kind of big around the early 2000s, or growing or getting more advanced in the early 2000s. And I'm an 07 baby, so I mean, around that time it was a lot of technology, but at the same time I think I was outside a lot too when I was younger. Not like to the point where, like, back then when my parents be like, oh yeah, when I was out, we was outside every day. We was hanging with so and so. We would be out till the lights came on, the street lights came on. But times are not like that anymore. There's a group of kids that live in my neighborhood, and I mean, it's been kind of hot recently, so I ain't been seeing them. But I've also been at work too, so. But I ain't been seeing them as much as before. But yeah, since I guess it's kind of hot, so they don't be out, I guess, as long as they used to. But they definitely take advantage of being outside. I mean, when you find your group of friends, or like when you have siblings, and y'all just end up just going out and playing and doing whatever, making up games or making up different stuff or whatever to do. I feel like that's just good for the soul. I mean, all this social media technology and stuff like that is just draining. It's draining people. It kind of drains me at a point. Like, I'll just be sitting in my bed, laid in my bed, have nothing to do. If I'm like off or whatever, or not hanging out with my friends, I'm sitting in my bed on my phone, and it gets draining. I'm like, sometimes I even get bored of being on my phone, and I'll just still be on it, knowing it could be an alternative of, oh, I can go for a run. Oh, I can go sit outside. I could just go outside. But we don't do that. I think it's because we're so in a routine of the phone, being attached to our phones. And I try to get out the habit of being on my phone all the time. I don't know what it is. I think it's just like second nature. Like for example, waking up, first thing you do is pick up your phone, check your phone, which, you know, it needs to be something else, which I don't know. I mean, you could first step to do is probably lock it up. Not lock it up, but put it further so you don't have to have it right there next to you. I probably have to put it across the room or something. But no, yeah, I feel like getting outside more definitely helps with a lot of things, health wise, socially, because being attached to the phone all the time has decreased conversations in face-to-face time. Like, because we're so comfortable with being able to text or being able to have a quick call. People don't have real conversations, long conversations as much because the phone, we hide behind phones, and we're comfortable with, like texting. So, relationships start to decrease, and go downhill because of phones and stuff like that. Like, it's a good, easy way to, and reliable way to connect and stuff like that, but also too to still be interactive, like face-to-face socially. The screen time has to go down, because my screen time be high as heck. Mine still be at 16, 17, 18 hours. So I need to find something else to do. And there's plenty of things. Like, I mean, ever since I stopped playing basketball, I mean, it's been kind of hard to find other things, because that's all I've done and all I've known. So, you know, a year and a half in of not doing that anymore, still trying to find stuff to do. But it's definitely a process. Definitely takes a mindset, a strong-willed mindset to actually, dial into that thing. So, first step is probably just going outside and see what you can do outside. My mom, she started doing gardening and planting stuff and like working on the yard and stuff and trying to make it, more approachable. So she started doing that. So it could be something simple as that. Going on a walk. Yes, it's hot. I'm in Texas. It's hot. I remember one day it was hot. Like, it was just like the sun was beaming, and then like I think the concrete was beaming the heat back up into my face, and I couldn't, like, it just making me mad, like highly irritated. Like, it was just like, ooh, like I couldn't recover. It was just ooh, it's hot. But no, go outside. If you do plan to go outside, go outside at a good time of day. Heat of the day, not it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Especially if you have dogs. Don't do that to them either. the paws burns the paws, burns them. I mean, with all that fur, the coat, the curve, the ooh, take my time past it. Fur coat. Don't do it to them. Don't do it. If they can't handle it, you can't handle it. Let's take it as that. If you can't handle it, they can't handle it. Let's take it as that. Flip that around. But yeah, get outside. Go outside. Go do something. Go to the pool. That's the easy little fix. If you got a little pool, if you know somebody with a pool, go do that. Go do that. But yeah, go venture out. Go find something to do outside. Outside is fun at times, especially if you're around with the right people. Like if you're hanging out with your friends, you could be like, oh yeah, we could go hit up a park. We could go ride bikes, ride scooters, go do something. Like just find something to do. Throw a ball around, do frisbee, something. Be active outside. I don't. Only thing for me that scares me away from going outside is the bugs. Not a big fan. Don't too much mess with wasp, hornets. Nope. They can have that. Like I'll be outside. Sometimes I step outside and I see like just one song. Nope. I'm back up in there. I'm back up in here. Yeah, no. That's the only thing. But yeah, no. Being inside, yeah, it saves me from there. But being outside is, I'm running away from them for sure. And then people be like, if you don't do anything to them, if you don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. Why they following me if I'm sitting still? Why they trying to come close to my leg if I'm sitting still? Myths. And that brings me to my last thing, which is the past, the present, and future. Times are definitely changing. Obviously, we're seeing real time changing. As I'm speaking, it's changing. In the past, you could say times were definitely easier, but times there were people struggling in the past too. Most definitely. There has been an increase in certain things, and like how, like with inflation and homeless people and this and that, like, yeah, there's been an increase in stuff like that throughout the years, but people were still struggling back then. There was people you enjoy. Yeah, it was a good time. You said, you put your talking to your parents and be like, oh yeah, the music was good, the clothes, this and that. Yeah, I wish I could experience the 90s, that time, that era. I mean, yeah, it was more. It felt like everything wasn't so serious. I mean, I guess they were kids and teenagers, but now they're adults, and so now it's like they gotta pay for bills and car payments and groceries and all this different stuff that just pops up randomly that they gotta pay for. It's just sporadic, But people were definitely struggling back then too, and you just gotta push through it, thug it out, push through it, smile through it. That's all you can do, because yes, everybody's dealing with their own things at the end of the day, and it just comes with the support and love, and it's yeah, like I said, like I wish I really could experience the 90s. I really do. Especially with Michael Jackson. Man, Michael Jackson. Rest in peace. Oh, man, I miss that man. But, no, yeah, you definitely had better artists. Like I said, back to music. The artists back then, there was really something in the music. Really something in the music. But yeah, no, the past, everything translates to now though. So it's like a domino effect. Like everything carries over to now. Like it may not be the same exact thing, but it's still it could be something that relates to it that we are dealing with now. And it's just shown differently. And yeah, like I don't think people realize that sometimes. They be like, oh, this doesn't happen anymore, but this right here does happen, which it does kind of fit into the same category, which is just crazy to me, like, because everything kind of resurfaces at some point. So no, yeah, time definitely tells a lot. Some things can change in a positive way, but I feel like also too with the news and stuff, they always try to make everything so negative. Like I remember it was just like, you know, everything you see on the news is kind of like negative. There'll be some like a little upbeat, funny little, you know, laughable things that pop up in the news here and there, but for the most part, it's just everything that you see on the news is just so negative. And so it's good to know like what's going on in the world always, but I feel like kind of feeding our brains with that, it just makes you view the world differently in a way. And it's just like, imagine if you didn't watch that and have to read, you know, different articles or newspapers, however you get your source of news. You just, you know, push that by and just keep pushing through. I think it'll be fine. I think, you know, your mindset will be different on how you look at things and everything. So, no, yeah. Definitely have a positive mindset on things and a positive outcome on things, because you never know what could end up happening. And what comes with the future, we really don't know. You can only assume so much that could happen with what's going on currently in our world. So anything could happen. So it's just like with the future. I mean, I was thinking about this, I think yesterday. And I was like, back then, you know, with camera quality and stuff like that, it has advanced. I'm just like, you know, like, dang, that camera quality looks, you know, kind of terrible. Like, from, like, a video from, what, not even that long ago, like, 2016, 2014. And then how before, like, our parents would show the videos would be black and white or, you know, very pixely. Like, it'd be just, you know, very grady. And I'm like, this is going to keep getting better as the years go. Like when I have my kids or something, they gonna end up saying that our camera quality back then was terrible, and I'll be like, no, it was clearer than that when I remember watching it or taking a video. But yeah, everything is just going to get more advanced, especially with AI. Shoot, AI taking over jobs. So yeah, self-driving cars, Teslas, freaking I feel like most car brands have an electric car now, like, for the most part. So it's kind of scary. Think that, you know, inventions have advanced like that. But it's also good to know we kind of have those resources around us. Yeah, no, it's good to know that, because I'm like, our brain, for humans, our brain can only hold so much information. So it's like, as you get older, it just, like, the way you store information with what somebody tells you, you can only hold so much of it. It's kind of like, we're kind of like computers ourselves. Like, you know, when a computer or phone gets too much storage, kind of overloads, and it just doesn't know how to operate. If you're getting too much information in your brain and you taking it in, you gonna burst, you gonna overload for sure. So being able to not have to rely on humans as much, and you can also rely on technology as well, it's kind of cool. I do not trust it fully. I do not trust robots fully. Let me just say that, because like, for example, a Tesla, you gotta charge it, right? So I'm thinking of it like as a phone. my phone can only hold so much battery. So say I'm on a long car ride, whatever, and I'm gonna need to charge it. I'm like maybe 30% of battery. I ain't got nowhere to charge it. I ain't got no charging station there. So what's the plan after that? And it's just also too like it can end up turning on you. Technology can turn on you. So it's like, yeah, I can get locked out of my phone. I could have somebody hack it. I mean, anything could happen. So yeah, it's also there's advantages, but there's also some disadvantages, because it's like you still can't fully depend on a robot or technology as much, because you never know what could happen. It could end up messing up or malfunctioning. So it's always good to have the knowledge that you know, though, and still learn new things as well too. But yeah, I would just say be prepared for whatever we have coming up, because life, it speeds by, flashes. Yeah, one moment you're a seventh grade middle school student, and then all of a sudden you're a sophomore in college. And I feel like too, COVID correlates in every conversation. COVID has an impact on that, because it was a year and a half where school wasn't the same as it was. It was hybrid schedules or still online school when COVID had hit. So that kind of sped up time as well. And that's still, COVID is still, like, the impacts of how COVID, like, everything had happened, it still has an impact on how we function today. So yeah, just whatever happens like that, nobody was really prepared for that and how that was gonna go. So we're still kind of going through and feeling and dealing with the repercussions of what COVID has done to our economy and to people. Like you'll see different different age groups, and how like the learning has changed since then. And that's just like, it's just like, wow. Like, it's just like, y'all don't learn that no more, because back then we was learning that, but y'all learning it like this, or y'all ain't learning that at all. It's something different. And how like the processes of the brain and how those kids function. So it's just like, because we all were experiencing at different ages, different grades and stuff like that. So it's just depending on what grade you had ended up having that happen, and you missed out on that grade of actually going into the classroom. Definitely has an effect on how you view things. So excuse me, but yeah, everything is definitely different. And yeah, like I said, just be prepared for whatever may come in this time, because you never know. Life has its twists and turns, loop-de-loops, up and downs, but you still gotta be a thug in it. You still gotta be a thug. But yeah, that's pretty much it, what I have to say. That's all of my topics. I mean, I said I was gonna come back to the music, but I kind of did. I kind of touched on it a little bit, kind of just little sprinkle, little dab on there. But yeah, this one was kind of more, I mean, my tone kind of shows, I mean, I'll be trying not to laugh at myself too much, because I mean, like, I crack myself up sometimes, because I mean, like right, but these, I mean, it was kind of, like I said, it kind of switched it to being funny, and then it kind of switched to serious, because I was from talking to music and driving, walking, then it switched to like, all I have to say. Make sure y'all taking care of yourselves. Y'all are getting good rest. Drinking a lot of water, drinking enough water, staying hydrated, staying cool. Feeling good, keeping the hygiene, keeping the mental right, getting all the good things, positive things. Affirmations. Let me bring that up. Affirmations are really helpful. My family and I, we've been recently telling our dog affirmations, and the way he reacts to it is so cute. That boy be rolling on the floor, and the tail just be wagging. He just be scooting to you, and it's just cute. Like, I'm just saying, like, if a dog reacts like that to affirmations, because it's your tone and how you speak to them, do it to yourself too as well. If you have pets, speak affirmations too. Do it. I highly recommend. So, but yeah, all good things. Keep fitting good things to yourself, to your heart, to your mind, to your soul, everything. To people around you as well. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. And stay tuned for the next episode. We out.